Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'd like to ask Dr. Peterson, have you ever had an inspector in the PCA plant in Blakely?
As far as the department has, but it's important, I think, to kind of distinguish inspectors, which of course is what we think of on the Food Safety and Inspection Service, with contracting, procurement verification, and that was so I wouldn't say there was so much an inspector from the department, but there was somebody in the plant yearly. Last time was in September of 2007, really verifying their contractual specifications. A more systems assessment rather than being on the floor and looking for whatever was going on in that plant.
Was everything in order while your inspector or compliance officer, whatever you want to call them, at the plant? Was everything in order then?
The last in the September 07 visit, yes, there was no aberrant findings that we're aware of. Earlier in the 2001, I think 2002, there were some minor findings, and they were shared with the appropriate regulatory bodies. But in the recent past, there was nothing. This is folks involved with what's called our Farm Services Agency, who's the procurement body, did not find anything as of September 2007, which was the last time they were in there.
So they don't really get there once a year, because if that was the last time they were there, of course. So it's not a yearly visit. How often is it?
Well, their obligations for their frequencies, I'm not personally aware of. We can certainly get you that. I do know that going back to 2001, they were in the plant about 10 times, and a handful of times, certainly less than half of those times, did they find minor sanctions, such as some insects that had to be controlled and that kind of thing. But
we're trying to get a little comfort here, from the Food Safety and Inspection Service about, the reliability. I mean, listening to your testimony, we're supposed to think that you are providing us some type of protection. If you're telling me that they were there in 07, nothing was wrong, and now we've had this major recall, and you weren't there in over a year. So, I mean, how comfortable are we to feel with this number of employees that you have, and evidently this small plant program that you were touting, I guess? I mean, is this something that we're working on, or I mean, this plant and the plants of PCA, all three plants, provide less than 2.5% of the peanut butter or products that are used in this country. So, to me, it is a relatively small thing. And so, how much protection are we getting there?
I will say for the commodities that we are directly responsible for regulating through our statutory authorities, meat, poultry, and egg products, you should have and you should expect a very high level of comfort with the mission that we're executing with the resources that we have in those facilities. We do not have jurisdiction. We have no legislative authority that's an FDA responsibility, and I know they embrace it, for other commodities such as, in this case, peanuts. Okay. Now, we are looking at, I mentioned the procurement people. Some government person is going in there. Should they have other training or whatnot to,
Who would that have been from the government that should have been in that plant?
Well, for us, for USDA, as I indicated, it would be our contracting official who was looking at the contract obligations. And through the investigation, of course, they found some of the attestations by that firm were not what they were claimed to be.
And when was the last time a USDA inspector was in there, or somebody stationed there? Or?
Nobody's stationed there. Again, last time a contracting person would have been there, but they are obligated to make sure they're following their contract. The last time a USDA person was in there looking at their contract was in September of 2007.
So do they look at what's going on there through mail that they receive in their office, wherever that might be?
The details of how they verify the contract, I don't know, but we'll certainly get you.
Well, I would certainly look into it, because it sounds like somebody may have missed something.